Have you ever felt like your brain just, I don't know, goes on strike?
Oh, yeah.
That drained, tired feeling where you just can't focus? Like there's this invisible weight constantly pulling at your attention. It's that feeling, where your mental capacity hits zero, even if you haven't done any real physical work.
Absolutely. Happens to everyone, I think.
Well, if that sounds familiar, then welcome. Today, we're doing a deep dive into something we all grapple with. This hidden burden of mental load, and specifically how it's tied to, well, the clutter in our lives, both physical and digital.
Right. Our mission today is really to unpack how a messy space, whether that's your actual desk, your home office, or maybe that inbox that feels like it's exploding.
Ugh, the inbox.
Yeah, exactly. How that can directly impact your focus, your mood, even like your ability to make good decisions.
And then the important part, we'll get into some strategies. Simple ones, actually, but really effective for lightening that load and getting some calm back.
Definitely. There are things you can do.
We've looked at some fascinating sources for this. Scientific studies on brain function, practical advice from wellness experts, all aimed at helping cut through that noise.
So to really tackle this invisible burden, we first need to understand it, right? What is this mental load exactly? Why does it feel so exhausting?
Good question. What did our sources say?
Well, it's interesting because it's largely unseen. Our sources define mental load as this constant, sort of never-ending behind-the-scenes work, keeping your life running.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah. Remembering tasks,
Yeah.
planning for them, anticipating what's next. It's all the pre-thinking that goes into just, well, daily life.
So it's not just doing the thing, but all the thinking about doing it, the planning, the remembering.
Precisely. Think about doing the laundry. The mental load isn't just putting clothes in the washing machine.
Right.
It's remembering it is laundry day, first off. Then checking if you have detergent, thinking, oh, do I need to buy more? Making sure the clean clothes actually get put away later.
Okay, yeah. Or the gaslight example you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. The actual pumping gas part. That's easy. The mental load is noticing the light, then figuring out when you can stop, deciding which gas station is best or cheapest, making sure you have your wallet.
All those little micro tasks and decisions, they pile up.
They really do.
And it's insidious, like you said, because it's cumulative. And often it's totally invisible to other people. It feels like this unpaid full-time job demanding attention, even before you're done with the last thing.
Yeah.
Piling up like that pile of papers on the desk.
Which connects perfectly to how physical clutter hits us.
Yeah, that's a huge piece of this.
It really is. And our sources are clear. Physical disorganization. It's not just about how things look. It's what some call visual noise. And it actively drains our mental resources.
Visual noise. I like that. It's not just messy. It's like a tax on your brain's processing power.
That's a great way to put it. Your brain struggles basically to filter out all the unnecessary stuff, all the stimuli in a cluttered space. And that leads straight to mental fatigue, a shorter attention span.
There was that fMRI research, wasn't there, from 2011?
Yes, exactly. It showed pretty clearly that clearing clutter actually enhances focus. It boosts how you process information, makes you more productive.
Which makes sense. If your environment feels chaotic, it kind of signals to your brain that the work is never ending. That feeds those feelings of overwhelm, helplessness, procrastination too. Especially now so many people work from home.
And it's not just physical stuff, is it? The online world, our digital lives, they have their own kind of chaos.
Oh, absolutely. Constant connectivity, digital overload. I saw a recent study, 2024, I think, something like 89% of UK adults feel stressed by digital clutter.
89%. That's almost everybody. It's a huge issue.
And it's interesting how digital clutter can feel sometimes even worse than a physical mess. Why is that, do you think? The sources mention something about it not feeling finite.
Yeah, that's key. Unlike a stack of papers where you can theoretically see the bottom eventually.
Right.
Tens of thousands of emails or photos. It can feel like this bottomless pit, like a black hole. It feels defeating before you even start because there's no clear boundary.
And technology, ideally, it should be helping us, right? Like a personal assistant.
It should. But for many, it's just become another source of stress.
Which brings us to a major consequence of all this mental and visual noise. Decision fatigue.
Yeah.
That's a concept I find really, really insightful.
Well, it's very real. The estimates are kind of staggering. The average person makes somewhere around 35,000 decisions a day.
35,000? Wait, seriously?
That's the number often cited. One every, 2.5 seconds or something?
Wow. Just hearing that number feels like a mental load in itself. So what does that actually do to us day to day?
Well, it leads to mental and emotional exhaustion just from making too many choices. And the effects build up. They're cumulative. The more fatigued you get, the harder it is to make choices you feel good about.
Yeah.
It creates this downward spiral. There are studies, for instance, showing judges are more likely to deny parole requests towards the end of the day.
Really? Because of decision fatigue.
That's the theory. Same with things like dismissing traffic tickets.
Yeah.
They just don't have the mental energy left to weigh complex decisions carefully. They default to the easier or safer option.
That makes total sense. When your brain's running on empty, you're more likely to just choose the path of least resistance, like hitting the drive-thru instead of cooking.
Exactly. Or just saying no to things you might otherwise consider. It also leads to that mental fogginess we mentioned earlier.
And clutter, both the physical stuff on your desk and the digital stuff like notifications and unread emails, they just add countless tiny decisions and distractions.
Each one demands a little slice of your decision-making capacity. It all adds up.
And the impact goes beyond just cognition, right? It hits us emotionally, even physically.
Profoundly. Our sources really emphasize this. Clutter significantly impacts emotional health.
Yeah.
Think increased irritability, anxiety, mood swings. There's research showing elevated cortisol levels. That's the main stress hormone in women living in disorganized homes. Your body literally perceives the mess as a kind of low-grade threat.
Wow. So your stress levels are actually higher. And it affects sleep too, right? Makes it harder to relax before bed.
Definitely. It can diminish self-esteem, make you feel embarrassed about your space, maybe lead to social isolation if you don't want people over.
Yeah, I can see that.
And some studies even link chronic clutter to things like unhealthy eating habits or even physical health risks, like allergies from dust and mold. It really touches everything.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. This invisible drain is real. But the good news is there are things we can actually do about it.
Absolutely. And the strategies we found are powerful and often quite actionable. Ways to genuinely clear your space, clear your head, and reduce that mental load.
All right, let's dive into those. The first step, and this feels really crucial for a lot of us, is a mindset shift. Embracing good enough.
Yes, good enough-ish, or progress over perfection. It's about challenging that inner perfectionist that can paralyze you before you even begin.
Because if you wait for the perfect time or the perfect system, you'll never start.
Exactly. So start with whatever is bothering you the most, your inbox, that weird mystery folder on your computer. Just pick one small thing.
One small thing.
And try to make it, well, not awful, maybe even fun. Set a timer for 15 minutes. Light a candle. Put on some music you like. The goal isn't a showroom. It's just less friction in your day.
Okay, so for physical decluttering, the advice is start small, manageable tasks. Don't try to overhaul the whole house at once.
Right. Pick a single drawer or one shelf.
And use that classic method.
Right.
Keep, donate, discard.
Simple, but effective. And then to maintain it, try the one in, one out rule. You buy a new sweater, an old one has to go. It creates a natural limit.
That's a good boundary. And the benefits are real, right? Studies show people feel more productive.
Absolutely. Research from places like BYU and Staples found 94% of employees feel more productive in clean workspaces. 77% concentrate better.
Wow.
And here's a little gross but motivating fact. University of Arizona research found office desks can harbor 400 times more bacteria than a toilet seat.
Okay. I'm cleaning my desk after this. So it's productivity and health.
Definitely both.
What about the emotional side? Those items that represent memories, letting go can be hard.
It really can be. And the sources acknowledge that. Items carry memories, achievements, people.
Yeah.
The key question to ask yourself is, does this item truly add value to my life now? Does holding on to the object enhance the memory, or does the memory live inside you anyway?
Good question.
Sometimes journaling about the emotions tied to an item can help you process it. You can let go of the object without losing the feeling or the memory.
That's helpful. Okay, let's shift to the digital world. Because for many, that's the real beast. The inbox first, that little red notification bubble.
It causes definite dread for some people. A really simple, effective tactic is a 3-folder system. Something like at action, at waiting, and at processed.
Okay, how does that work?
When you check your email, quickly scan. Anything that needs a closer look or requires you to do something, flag it. Everything else, just move it immediately to at processed, out of sight, out of mind, basically.
Get it out of the main inbox.
Exactly. Then go back to your flagged emails. If it needs action from you, move it to add action If it's something you're waiting on someone else for or info you'll need soon, move it to at waiting.
Ah, okay, so you're visualizing your actual work, not just a flood of messages.
Precisely. You get that feeling of inbox zero clarity,
Huh.
even if things are just moved. Then you can tackle your add action folder when you have time.
And search tools are key here too, right? Like searching for all emails from one sender to delete or archive them quickly.
Absolutely. Use search and set up rules or filters. Automate things like newsletters or low priority stuff to skip the main inbox entirely.
And the advice to ruthlessly unsubscribe.
Crucial. Be honest. Do you really read it? If not, unsubscribe. And also, try to send less email yourself, because every email you send potentially creates a reply, adding to everyone's load.
Good point. Email begets more email. What about other digital stuff? Files, photos, browser tabs? They pile up too.
For files, consistency is your friend. Use a clear naming convention. Starting with the date is great, like YYYYMMDD description. So 2025.04.08 presentation for XYZ client. Your future self will thank you when you're searching.
Definitely helps the future you. Photos.
There are apps, like Cleaner Kit for iPhone is one example, that help you quickly find and delete blurry photos, duplicates, similar shots. You probably don't need 10 pictures of the exact same thing. You can tackle it month by month.
That sounds much less overwhelming. And notes. People use so many different apps.
The advice here is simple. Pick one. Whether it's Notion, Apple Notes, Day One, whatever, just choose one and stick with it. Create one source of truth for your thoughts and ideas so you're not digging through 3 different apps.
One source of truth. I like that. And browser tabs. The silent killers of focus.
Ah, yes. They can feel like a huge open to-do list just staring at you. Use bookmarks. Create folders for sites you visit often or for current projects. Close the tabs, let them live in your bookmarks instead of constantly drawing your attention.
Bookmarks are underrated. And
Yeah.
there are helpful tools for all this, right? Like password managers, cloud storage.
Yeah, things like 1Password, Google Drive, or Dropbox, specific email features like Priority Inbox, team tools like Asana, even Apple's Smart Grocery List. The goal is for these tools to assist you, not add more digital clutter or stress.
Okay, so we've covered physical and digital space. Now the big one. Decluttering the mind itself, managing that actual mental load. How do we even start with that?
A really powerful strategy emphasized again and again is the brain dump. Just take a piece of paper or open a note and write down everything. Every task, reminder, worry, idea floating around in your head. Don't try to organize it yet. Just get it out.
Like clearing out a messy mental closet.
Exactly. It frees up your working memory from trying to juggle all those things at once.
And journaling flows from that, doesn't it? Not writing essays, just getting thoughts down.
Yes, it's about processing emotions, stopping that cycle of overthinking. Seeing worries written down can sometimes make them feel more manageable, less overwhelming. Helps you let go of those thoughts spinning around at night.
Mindfulness comes up a lot too. What does that mean in this context?
Simply put, it's paying attention to the present moment, intentionally, without judgment. It can be incredibly simple. Like mindful breathing, just focusing on the sensation of your breath for a minute or two. Or that name 3 things trick. Notice 3 things you can see, 3 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel physically. It just pulls you right back into the present when your mind is racing.
And the benefits are pretty significant, right? Stress reduction, better focus.
Absolutely. Lower blood pressure, stronger immune system, improved attention, better memory.
Yeah.
It's quite powerful. And a great practical tip is mindful transitions.
Transitions.
Yeah, like taking just a few slow breaths before you switch from work mode to home mode, or before starting a new, different kind of task. It helps reset your brain instead of carrying the mental residue of the last thing into the next.
That's a good one. What about bigger picture life adjustments?
The advice often boils down to do less and slow down and try to single task. Our brains really aren't built for multitasking effectively. We just switch back and forth quickly, which is less efficient and more stressful.
Focus on one thing at a time. Makes sense. And delegation comes up too, especially for people sharing household responsibilities.
Yes, and the key here is to delegate entire categories of responsibility, not just asking for help with one specific task.
Yeah. Okay. So instead of, can you help me with dinner tonight? It's
More like, you are in charge of meals Monday and Wednesday, or you handle all communication with the school. Shift the entire mental ownership of that category.
And this sounds tough. Let the natural consequences happen if something gets missed.
That's often part of it, yeah. It reinforces the boundary and the shift in responsibility. It's not about punishment, but about truly handing over the reins, mental load and all.
Automation is another big one.
Huge. Automate everything you reasonably can. Recurring grocery deliveries, bill, autopay, subscription services for essentials. Use the systems available. Don't be a hero trying to manually manage everything if technology can do it.
Makes sense. Free up that brain space. And probably the hardest one for many, saying no.
Absolutely essential. Normalize saying no. You don't need elaborate excuses. A simple, polite, my plate is full right now, so I can't take that on, is perfectly okay. Setting boundaries is crucial for protecting your mental energy.
And looping back to that mindset shift, lowering the bar on perfectionism across the board.
Yes, good enough is good enough. Apply it everywhere. The perfectly folded laundry, the Pinterest-worthy cake. Let it go sometimes. It frees up so much mental energy when you stop striving for impossible standards.
And finally, having some kind of end-of-day ritual.
Yeah, a shutdown ritual. Something that signals to your brain, okay, the workday is done. It could be jotting down your top 3 priorities for tomorrow so they're out of your head. A quick 5-minute meditation, setting a hard cutoff time for work notifications or screens before bed.
Something to help your brain actually clock out so it's not still churning when you're trying to sleep.
Exactly. Gives you a better chance at real rest.
So, wrapping this all up, it's really clear that decluttering physical, digital, and mental, it's not just about tidiness, is it?
Not at all. It's a fundamental act of self-care. It directly impacts your stress, your decisions, your focus, your overall well-being.
It's about creating an environment, inside and out, that actually supports a clear mind, an eased soul, allows you to be more present, more effective.
And ultimately, probably happier. The benefits really do ripple out into every part of life, work, relationships, everything.
So, thinking about everything we've unpacked today, here's a final thought for you listening. What one small area of clutter, maybe it is that pile of papers or the overflowing inbox, or even just a worry that keeps looping, what one small thing will you choose to tackle first, knowing the kind of ripple effect it could have on your sense of calm and control?